Yo, what is up guys, Sani here, and today in this video I'm going to be talking about the 3 of the most common cutting mistakes that I see people make and how you can avoid them. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first and most common mistake that I see people doing is focusing on doing low weight and high reps, especially when they're cutting. You guys might have heard of this myth before. A lot of people just tend to do very high reps of a low weight because they think it's going to get their muscles more toned and help them burn more fat. Not only is this a very common myth, but if you just focus on doing lighter weight for high reps throughout the entire cut, not only are you going to lose muscle mass, you're also going to lose your strength. This is why it's important to incorporate heavy compound movements in your lift between like the 6 to 8 rep range, even 4 reps, but make sure you're training heavy and going almost until failure on your main compound movements such as the bench press, squat, and deadlift. Other than that, like your other isolation exercises such as bicep curls and tricep extensions, you can go higher reps, you can go up to 10 to 12 reps. Especially since you're cutting, it is essential that you focus on lifting heavy so you can maintain as much strength and muscle mass as possible. If you just do lighter weights for higher reps and you think you're going to get toned, after you cut down and lose weight, you're just going to end up being skinny. So make sure you try to maintain as much muscle mass as possible and try to eat as much protein to help maintain that muscle mass. So make sure next time when you're trying to go in a cut, make sure you focus on your heavy compound movements first. Try to do 4 to 6 reps, 4 sets of any compound movement, and make sure it's heavy and you go almost until failure. Now, a lot of you guys already know that you have to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight and cut down, but what a lot of people do is actually underestimate their calories. In fact, one study found that people who struggle with their weight tend to underestimate their calorie intake by up to 40%. Many people can easily underestimate their calories because the labels on the nutrition facts tend to be based on portion size. Now let's say for example, if you're sitting down and eating a bag of chips, you're not going to sit and count how many chips you eat every time, and that portion size on that chips label is based on how many chips you eat. So in this example, it's saying about 15 chips is going to be 160 calories, but you don't know how many chips you're going to be eating, and you're going to tend to underestimate those calories. And obviously if you underestimate your calories, or your overall caloric intake is going to be higher and you won't be in a caloric deficit. So one way that I avoid this is by always overestimating my calories when I'm trying to cut. So let's say I know that I ate something that's 500 calories, I still count it as 600 calories because I know sometimes my other meals might be a little more or a little less than what I estimate. So always overestimate a little bit, not by a lot, but just by a little bit, to ensure that you always maintain a caloric deficit in your diet. Now finally, another very common cutting mistake that I see people doing is doing too much cardio. Now obviously cardio is good and you should do cardio when you're cutting to burn some extra calories, but doing too much cardio can actually leave a negative impact on your body. Not only is it very taxing on your body, you're also going to risk losing a lot of muscle mass because you're already eating in a caloric deficit, and then if you do a lot of cardio as well, you're going to be burning even more calories and your body's going to end up eating some of your muscle mass. Now obviously I'm not saying 100% you're going to lose muscle mass if you do too much cardio, but this significantly increases the risk. This is why I tend to do cardio only 2 to 3 times a week. I would recommend 2 to 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week max if you're really overweight and you really want to lose weight really quickly. But 2 to 3 times a week of cardio should be good enough, especially if it's high intensity interval training. You guys need some rest days in between, and you guys should mainly be focusing on weight training, especially when you're cutting, because you want to make sure you maintain as much muscle mass as possible. So this is why you should always focus more on weight training and less on cardio. Obviously do cardio, but do it after your weight training workouts. Try not to do cardio before your weight training workouts, because then you spend a lot of your energy beforehand and you won't be able to lift as heavy. And obviously if you do too much cardio, you're going to lose muscle mass, and once you cut down, you're going to end up looking like a stick. I've made some of these mistakes before and I want you guys to learn from them as well. So hopefully this video helps you guys out and you guys learned something new. And if you guys have been making these mistakes before, it's good that you learned it now so you can avoid them later. But yeah, anyways, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and as always, if you guys are looking for any good workout plans and if you guys are trying to lose weight, be sure to check out my website at mahdfitness.com. I sell some amazing workout plans and there's some amazing transformations from my clients as well, and I'm currently using one of my max fat loss plans as well to lose weight, and hopefully by this summer I can show you guys another transformation video. But yeah, thank you all so much once again for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know which topics you guys would like me to cover next. I can make a similar video for bulking as well, because I've also made some mistakes when bulking. But yeah, be sure to leave a like, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.